Welcome to the Safe Families Guelph-Wellington podcast. This is our place to share stories from our local chapter, keeping you up to date on how Safe Families is serving in our community. Our goal at Safe Families is to create a world where children are safe and families are together. Welcome to another episode. I am your host, Marina. For this episode, I had the privilege of interviewing RJ and Joelle. RJ is the pastor of Crestwick Baptist Church in Guelph. Crestwick is a Safe Families partner church, which means the church works to promote safe families within and outside of their church activities. His wife, Joelle, is a family friend with Safe Families Guelph-Wellington. We had a lot of fun and a really good conversation that I'm excited to share with you. Before we get to the interview, I would like to share a piece of scripture. I would like to read Matthew 20, verse 20 through 28. Then the mother of Zebedee's sons came to Jesus with her sons, and kneeling down asked a favor of him. "What is it you want?" he asked. She said, "Grant that one of these two sons of mine may sit at your right hand and the other at your left in your kingdom." "You don't know what you are asking," Jesus said to them. "Can you drink the cup that I am going to drink?" "We can," they answered. Jesus said to them, "You will indeed drink from my cup, but to sit at my right or left is not for me to grant. These places belong to those for whom they have been prepared by my Father." When the 10 heard about this, they were indignant with the two brothers. Jesus called them together and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." The fact that Christians are servants of Christ and for Christ came out a lot in my conversation with RJ and Joelle. So, without further ado, here is our conversation. What has been your experience as being a church associated with Safe Families?
Well, overall, it's been a really good experience in that it's challenged some of our members to engage with people that they normally would not engage. Crestwick is a more upper middle class type church, and we kind of struggle to connect with people who are not as affluent. But at the same time, the church does have a heart to serve and loves on people. So this has given them an outlet for expressing that love and generosity and this willingness to help. It's been a great thing to be able to host the fundraisers.
It's been amazing to see the passion and the enthusiasm, as you said, towards Safe Families from the church in general. The young adults have been incredible, just pulling together and serving, and not just in helping with the families, but in to even
supporting Safe Families in general. And Safe Families has also helped us because your events give us a lot of visibility in the community. So you're actually helping us connect with our neighbors and help people see the church as a hub for the community, helping us develop a love for the community. So it's been a mutually beneficial relationship. And I really hope that we keep going. When you run a church event, people tend to be sort of, I don't want to go there because that's a church thing. That's for them. But if it's a community-focused event that is not run by the church, something like Safe Families, people grab onto that. A charity that is doing good work in the community, then they're more likely to come in, and that gives us the opportunity to engage with them.
Yeah, it's an open door. Yeah. The door just opened.
Exactly. And it even if you don't get to know people, it actually lowers the relationship tension. So little by little, they're crossing that threshold. Right. At least the notion of, church isn't all that bad.
Right. The church actually cares.
Yeah.
The church is not scary.
That's right.
No. So it's great. I love being able to be part of that.
How have you feel that your church has grown?
It's pushed us This is so cliche, but it's pushed us out of our comfort zone in that you're bringing somebody into your home whom you do not know, whom you have no relationship, and in fact, who's coming into your home because they've got an issue that needs to be resolved. It's a very uncomfortable thing for our people, but I am very glad that they're growing through that. Second, we're growing because we're being challenged to be generous to people who will not be able to reciprocate. The notion of self-giving and sacrificial self-giving is something that I think is being developed in us. We're learning to be patient and to accept people as they are. You kind of have to stretch yourself beyond what you thought you would do. And I think learning to serve, relying not on what you think on your resources, but being stretched beyond what you thought you were capable of doing. There's also a humility that is involved in that you're not really calling the shots for this. We're not in control, so it's humbling us because we're helping somebody. You're respecting the other person's agency. You're not imposing anything on the person. They are coming into your home, or as a family friend, you're laying yourself out as a friend. And if they want to take it, fine. If they don't want to take it, then that's how it is. Yep. You offer yourself, you put yourself out, and there's a humility in that, and learning to accept that you're not in control of this relationship. You're there to give, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And I think those are aspects in which that are pushing us as a congregation to embrace.
There's one more, I think. It's that concept of accepting the other, because at least with my involvement, I found that they tended to be different than what we are used, the kind of people that we are used. You mentioned earlier just class or social, but even in the ethnicities and things like that. When you work with Safe Families, it's so wide. The variety of people that you may have to serve and bring, and some have brought them to the church. And sometimes it has pushed people to go beyond their comfort zone, and you may not know what to say or even the language sometimes. And our people, the people at our church actually have stepped up. And they have done that step of going to them and welcoming them. We've seen the church grown that way.
We're popping the church bubble.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
You're popping the church bubble. There's also the fact that because it's a demanding commitment, I think the people in the church are also learning the value of working together. That this is not just you doing this as your initiative. You're working within the framework of the church, and you're able to step into this because the other people in the church have your back. So we're learning to serve as a community.
And you have a team.
Yes,
so that's
and
something
it's
that
a team.
It's
a team that's working to minister to that person.
The volunteers are working as a team, but then the church is wrapping around that team to let them expand that team to a community.
Yes.
Joelle, did you have someone who's thinking about becoming a volunteer? What would you say to them?
I'd say go for it. Like RJ has said, it is a very humbling and challenging and growing experience. And as Christians, our goal is to grow. And we need to step into these places where we know we're going to be challenged. And I like what RJ said about it teaches you not to rely upon your own resources, but you are doing it to serve the person in need, and God will equip you, will help you to fulfill what it is that person may need. But no matter what, you know that you have invested for eternity, and you know you have done something that the Lord wanted to use to grow you. So I'll say, just go in faith and trust that the Lord will use you. Yeah.
What I would say to people who are considering volunteering, whatever you're doing, if you're going to volunteer, remember it's about the gospel, in that you need to do it in order to embody the gospel to this person, because you're going to be frustrated if you don't get to talk the gospel to the person.
Right.
You are living out the implications of the gospel before this person, and you are trusting the Lord to open the opportunity, but your motivation and your encouragement and your empowering needs to go back to the gospel. Over time, you will wear out if you're not doing it for the right reason.
What would you say to a church who is not involved with Safe Families? If a church is thinking about it, what would you say to them?
Stop thinking about it. Just do it. No, seriously. I think the way Safe Families is set up, I can wholeheartedly encourage any church, just go for it, because you're not going to be doing it by yourself. You will be supported by a team of other believers, and it will be good for your church. It will be good for your congregation. It's a very worthwhile commitment. And if you want to talk in terms of return on investment, it's far more beneficial to the church than it is to the people that you are helping. I would say, we always talk about the Lord will reward us, but I think from our experience, the Lord has used our involvement in Safe Families to reshape our culture in significant ways that we would not have been able to accomplish in other ways.
Thank you so much, RJ and Joelle, for sharing your thoughts and experiences. What a fun conversation we had, and it was such a blessing to be able to talk to you about Safe Families. If you are interested in more information about Safe Families in general or about volunteering, please email us at guelph@safefamilies.ca. That's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a blessed day.